without him.
Right.
When we choose God and trust and depend on him,
Oh, yes.
number 3, we'll have the staying power. We'll be able to stand. I'm almost finished. I know trusting God is not easy. He may not give us the answer we want, but we still got to stand. Paul said, when you've done all you can do to stand, still stand.
Right. That's right.
We must stand and trust God. When we have done everything we can do, we have to stand because we forgot that God can do some more. When we have prayed and fasted and laid on our face and given all that we have to give and it don't work out the way we wanted it to, we have to stand.
That's right.
When we don't get that job, when we know we qualify, we have to stand. When they're not healed, we still have to stand. When they left you and you know you gave them all you had and they still walked out, you still have to stand. We must trust God, not turn away from God. There will be so many things in life. Life will wound you, things that's going on. It will abuse you. You will be broken, hurt, and disappointed and discouraged. And you'll turn away from God. Believe me, I know because I have done it. I've turned away from God. When my sister passed, this is the part of my message when I didn't want to do. But God said, you must do it. And I cried every day. I tried to do it at home for 2 weeks straight. God said, you must do as I tell you to do. But when my sister Brenda passed, it hurt me to my core.
Right.
Because I never thought that she would die. Because my sister was a preacher. She was a prophet. She was a good person. Everything she did went through the cross. And she let people know that God was first in her life, her husband, and then her family. She lived the Bible just like it said. So when she died, it hurt me so bad because I was so wounded. I grieved so much because I couldn't understand why God didn't heal her. Why she died, because we prayed and we fasted and we prayed. And I was so mad until I stopped praying. I stopped reading my Bible. I stopped going to church. I just stopped talking about God altogether because I was hurt. Because I'm thinking, now in the last 20 years, I had quite a few people to die in my family. And when my mother died, she was on drugs in the beginning. She was clean 8 years before she died, but she died, and I'm thinking, well, the lifestyle killed her. When my grandma died, the doctor told her, stop eating what you're eating. You're going to die. My grandma, being old school and country, I'm going to eat what I want to eat. She died. My brother died because the doctor told him if he don't stop drinking, you're going to die. And he died. He wouldn't stop. But when God allowed my sister to die, I couldn't understand that because she didn't do any of those things.
Right.
That she was a good person. That she lived for God. And I never doubted God's power and who God was because I know God is all powerful. He's an omnipotent God. My question was, God, I know you can do it, but why didn't you do it?
Right.
And I hated when people came to me, oh, she healed on the other side. She had no more pain. He could have healed her on this side, and she couldn't have had no more pain. Don't tell me about the other side because I know what my God can do.
Right.
But I didn't understand why he didn't do it. So I turned away from God, and I cried probably every night over a year. My husband can tell you. But then God rebuked the enemy from me long enough so I can see what I was doing to myself.
Right.
Because the enemy will make you focus on your pain, your hurt, your problem, and what you desire and want instead of keeping your eyes on God.
Right.
And instead of focusing on my pain and hurt, God allowed me to see how blessed I was. That all these 25 years of my life, I had my sister, and she was there with me. All my family and friends that I have and my extended family who's there for me. I was blessed because I was eating and waking up every day. I miss my sister. I never will understand why she had to go. But the only thing I tell myself, she had to be an angel because she did everything God told her to do. So God said, well done, My good and faithful servant, your assignment is finished. It's time for you to come home.
Amen.
And God is the only one that can change your situation, because I can testify that I'm up here before you today, and I was mad at God, turned away from God, wouldn't pray, but I got on my knees and said, God, restore me.
Right.
Strengthen my faith in you again. I need you. I'm nothing without you, God.
Right.
I can't make it without you. I don't care what everybody else doing. I don't care who they serving. I don't care if the money is important to them. I need you this day, God. Heal me, restore me, strengthen me, and God will do that. God will strengthen you when you weak. God will be your heart fixer. God will take away that pain. God will be your rock in the weary land. God is the mender of broken hearts. God will give you peace in the midst of all that mess you going through. God will do it. God can do it. All you have to do is get on your knees,
Right.
pray, ask God, choose God, and say, God, I choose you. Your will, God, not my will, but your will be done. Amen.
Amen.